So we come to the third video of the super featherweight boxing title history video. So finished on Kunuki Shibata beating Ricardo Rendo. So go from there in 1974. So first defence, June 27th, 1974. Kaniaki Shibata wins on points over 15 rounds against Antonio Amara. That was in Tokyo, Japan. Then, August the 3rd, 1974, Kaniaki Shibata from Japan wins in the 15th round. Referee stops the fight on August the 3rd, 1974, Kaniaki Shibata wins in the 15th round. Referee stops the fight against Ramiro Clay Bolanos from Ecuador. 15 rounds, referee stops the fight. That was in Tokyo, Japan. Then March the 27th, 1975, Kaniaki Shibata wins on points over 15 rounds against Ould Makhloufi from Algeria. Fukuoka, Japan. Then, July the 5th, 1975, Alfredo Escalera from Puerto Rico wins in the second round against Kaniaki Shibata in Mito, Japan. Then, September the 20th, 1975, Alfredo Escalera draws over 15 rounds against Lionel Hernandez from Venezuela in Caracas, Venezuela. Then December the 15th, 1975, Alfredo Escalera wins over 9 rounds. Referee stops the fight against Sven Erik Paulsen from Norway in Oslo, Norway. Then February the 20th, 1976, Alfredo Escalera from Puerto Rico wins over 13 rounds. Referee stops the fight against Jose Fernandez from DR, Dominican Republic, I think. That was in San Juan. April the 1st, 1976, Alfredo Escalera from Puerto Rico so February the 20th, 1976, Alfredo Escalera wins in the 13th round. Referee stops the fight against Jose Fernandez. San Juan, just gone through that one. Then April the 1st, 1976, Alfredo Escalera wins in the 6th round. Referee stops the fight against Bazor Yamabe from Japan in Nara, Japan. Then July the 1st, 1976, Alfredo Escalera wins on points over 15 rounds. Beats him again, Bazor Yamabe from Japan, this time over the distance, 15 rounds in Nara, Japan also. Both them fights. September the 18th, 1976, Alfredo Escalera wins in the 12th round by retirement against Ray Lunny from the United States. That was in San Juan. And then November the 30th, 1976, Alfredo Escalera wins on points over 15 rounds against Tyrone Everett from the US in Philadelphia. March the 17th, 1977, Alfredo Escalera wins in the 6th round. Referee stops the fight against Ronnie McGarvey from the US in San Juan. May the 16th, 1977, Alfredo Escalera wins in the 8th round by KO against Carlos Becerra from Mexico in Landover. September the 10th, 1977, Alfredo Escalera wins on points over 15 rounds against Sigfredo Rodriguez from Mexico in San Juan. So Escalera winning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 fights there. World title fights. Then you've got January 28th, 1978 comes to an end as Alex Arguello from Nicaragua wins in the 13th round. Referee stops the fight against Alfredo Escalera from Puerto Rico in San Juan. Then April the 29th, 1978, Alex Arguello wins in the 5th round. Referee stops the fight against Ray Tam from Philippines. That was in Los Angeles. Then June the 3rd, 1978, Alex Arguello wins by KO in the 1st round against Diego Alcala from Panama in San Juan. Then November the 10th, 1978, Alex Arguello wins on points over 15 rounds against Arturo Leon from Mexico in Las Vegas, Nevada. February the 4th, 1979, Alex Arguello wins again, 13th round this time by KO. That's a repeat performance against Alfredo Escalera from Puerto Rico in Rimini, Italy. Then June the 8th, 1979, Alex Arguello wins in the 1st round. Referee stops the fight against Rafael Limon from Mexico in New York. November the 16th, 1979, Alex Arguello wins in the 7th round by retirement against Bobby the Schoolboy Chacon from the US in Los Angeles. Then January the 20th, 1980, Alex Arguello wins in the 11th round. Referee stops the fight against Ruben Castillo from the US in Tucson, Arizona. April the 27th, 1980, Alex Arguello wins in the 4th round. Referee stops the fight against Rolando Navarrete from the Philippines and San Juan. Then October 1980, Arguello relinquishes the WBC title to box as a lightweight. Then December 11th, 1980, a new reign comes along, Rafael Limon, but Arguello had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 9 world title fights. Wins there for Super Feather. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 9 title fights. Then he relinquishes the title to box at lightweight. December the 11th, 1980, Rafael Limon wins over 15 rounds. Referee stops the fight against Ildefonso Bethelmy. Ildefonso Bethelmy from Venezuela in Los Angeles for the vacant title. Then March 8th, 1981, Cornelius Boza Edwards from England, I think it was Uganda actually, fought in the Olympics, I might be wrong, but he was a Mickey Duff run fighter. He's from England here, wins some points over 15 rounds against Rafael Limon. That's in Stockton. Then May the 30th, 1981, Cornelius Boza Edwards wins by retirement in the 13th round against Bobby the Schoolboy Chacon from US in Las Vegas. Then August 29th, 1981, Rolando Navarrete wins by a 5th round KO against Cornelius Boza Edwards in Viareggio, Italy. Then January the 16th, 1982, Rolando Navarrete wins in the 11th round by KO against Chung Choi from Korea. And that's in Manila, the Philippines. Lovely. So, I'm going to come to here now. So we go from here. So March 29th, 1982, Rafael Limon wins against Rolando Navarrete with a 12-round KO. Limon beats Navarrete by 12-round KO in Las Vegas, Nevada. Then September the 18th, 1982, Rafael Limon wins in the 7th round. Referee stops the fight against Chung Choi from Korea, South Korea, I think. South Korea in Los Angeles, California. December 11th, 1982, Bobby the Schoolboy Chacon wins on points over 15 rounds against Rafael Limon. 15 rounds points win, Sacramento, that was in. Then June 1983, the WBC stripped Bobby Chacon of his title because of a contractual dispute. Then August the 7th, 1983, Hector Camacho from Puerto Rico wins in the 5th round. Referee stops the fight against Rafael Limon in San Juan for the vacant title. Then November the 18th, 1983, Hector Camacho wins in the 5th round by KO against Rafael Solis from Puerto Rico in San Juan. Then June 1984, Camacho relinquishes the WBC title to box as a lightweight. September the 13th, 1984, Julio Cesar Chavez from Mexico wins in the 8th round. Referee stops the fight against Mario Martinez from Mexico in Los Angeles for the vacant title. Then April the 19th, 1985, Julio Cesar Chavez wins in the 6th round. Referee stops the fight against Ruben Castillo in Los Angeles, California. Then July the 7th, 1985, Julio Cesar Chavez wins in the 2nd round against Roger the Black Mamba Mayweather. That's in Las Vegas. 2nd round, referee stops the fight. September the 22nd, 1985, Julio Cesar Chavez wins on points over 12 rounds against Dwight Pratchett from the US, Las Vegas, Nevada. Then May the 15th, 1986, Julio Cesar Chavez wins in the 5th round. Referee stops the fight against Faustino Barrios from Argentina in Paris, France. Then June the 13th, 1986, Julio Cesar Chavez wins in the 7th round. Referee stops the fight against Refugio Rojas from the US in New York. Then August the 3rd, 1986, Julio Cesar Chavez wins on points over 12 rounds against Rocky Lockridge in Monte Carlo, Monaco. December the 12th, 1986, Julio Cesar Chavez wins on points over 12 rounds against Jean Laporte from Puerto Rico in New York. April the 18th, 1987, Julio Cesar Chavez wins. Referee stops the fight against Francisco Thomas de Cruz from Brazil. That was in Nimes, France. Then August 21st, 1987, Julio Cesar Chavez wins on points over 12 rounds against Danilo Cabrera. A couple of Paraguayan opponents there. And he's from Dominican Republic, Danilo Cabrera. That's in Tijuana, Mexico. Yeah, Chavez, with all the weights he fought in, he's got the record, 37 title fights. It's a bit of a record all over the divisions. So again, November the 21st, 1987, Julio Cesar Chavez relinquishes the title on becoming the WBA lightweight champion. Then February 29th, 1988, Amazulu Nelson from Ghana wins on points over 12 rounds against Mario Martinez from Mexico in Los Angeles. I remember seeing that fight as the vacant title. And then June 25th, 1988, Amazulu Nelson wins in the 9th round. Referee stops the fight against Lupe Suarez from the US, Atlantic City, New Jersey. And then December the 10th, December the 10th there, 1988, Amazulu Nelson wins by KO against Sidney Del Rover from Brazil, and that was in Accra in Ghana. Then February 25th, 1989, Amazula Nelson. Oh, this is the fight I saw in 1989 actually. February 25th, 1989, Amazula Nelson wins in the 12th round. Referee stopping the fight against Mario Martinez from Mexico. Yeah, that was he sort of played with him and then took him out the last rounds, some combos. That was in Las Vegas, Nevada. November the 5th, 1989, Amazula Nelson wins by KO in the 12th round against Jim McDonald. I remember seeing that fight. London, England. He was never the same after that fight, Jim McDonald, but fought a brave performance. October the 13th, 1990, Amazula Nelson wins on points over 12 rounds against Jean Laporte from Puerto Rico. That was in Sydney, Australia. Then June the 25th, 1991, Amazula Nelson draws with Jeff Fenech in Australia. I've seen that on YouTube, that one. Las Vegas, Nevada. And the second one also, March the 1st, 1992. Amazula Nelson wins in the 8th round. Referee stops the fight against Jeff Fenech in Melbourne, Australia. Then the third fight when they were a lot older. I saw that fight also, when under mad titles. And Fenech gets a win in that one. November the 7th, 1992, Amazula Nelson wins on points over 12 rounds against Calvin Grove from the US in Lake Tahoe. February 20th, 1993, Amazula Nelson wins on points over 12 rounds against Gabriel Rules from Mexico in Mexico City, Mexico. Then September the 10th, 1993, Amazula Nelson draws with Jesse James Liger from the US in San Antonio, Texas. So May the 7th, 1994, Jesse James Liger wins on points over Amazula Nelson over 12 rounds in Las Vegas, Nevada. Then September the 17th, 1994, Gabriel Rules wins on points over 12 rounds against Jesse James Liger in Las Vegas, Nevada. Then January 28th, 1995, Gabriel Rules wins in the second round by retirement against Freddie Liberator from the US in Las Vegas, Nevada. May the 6th, 1995, Gabriel Rules wins in the 11th round against Jimmy Garcia from Las Vegas. That was in Las Vegas, Nevada. Stops him in the 11th round. Referee stops the fight against Jimmy Garcia Rules. And then December the 1st, 1995, Amazula Nelson wins in the 5th round. Referee stops the fight against Gabriel Rules in Indio Springs. June the 1st, 1996, Amazula Nelson wins in the 6th round. Referee stops the fight against Jesse James Liger in Las Vegas, Nevada. Then March 1997, Genaro Hernandez wins on points over 12 rounds against Amazula Nelson in Corpus Christi, Texas. Then June the 14th, 1997, Genaro Hernandez wins on points over 12 rounds against Anatoly Alexandrov from Russia in San Antonio, Texas. November the 20th, 1997, Genaro Hernandez wins on points over 12 rounds against Carlos Hernandez from the US in Los Angeles, California. Then May the 16th, 1998, Genaro Hernandez wins on points over 12 rounds against Carlos Gerina from Panama in Indio. Then October 3rd, 1998, Floyd Mayweather from the US wins in the 8th round by retirement against Genaro Hernandez. 8th round retirement win, Las Vegas, Nevada. And then December the 18th, 1998, Floyd Mayweather. This is Mayweather Jr. Obviously, Floyd Mayweather Jr. wins in the second round by referee stopping the fight against Angelo Manfredi from the US in Miami, Florida. February 17th, 1999. Floyd Money Mayweather wins on points over 12 rounds against Carlos Rios from Argentina in Grand Rapids, Michigan. His hometown, so home place, should I say. May the 22nd, 1999. Floyd Money Mayweather wins by KO in the ninth round against Justin Duco from Uganda and Las Vegas, Nevada. Then September 11th, 1999, Floyd Money Mayweather wins in the seventh round by retirement against Carlos Jarena from Las Vegas, Nevada. Then March the 18th, 2000, Floyd Money Mayweather wins on points over 12 rounds against Gregorio Vargas from Mexico. It's in Las Vegas, Nevada. Then January the 20th, 2001, Floyd Money Mayweather wins over 10 rounds. Referee stops the fight against Diego Corrales, Las Vegas, Nevada. Then May 26, 2001, Floyd Money Mayweather wins on points over 12 rounds against Carlos Hernandez from the US in Grand Rapids, Michigan. His home, where he was born. So November the 10th, 2001, Floyd Money Mayweather wins by retirement in the ninth round against Jesus Chavez from the US in San Francisco. Mayweather moved up to lightweight and then to welters, etc. 5-weight division champ. But again, so let's get the IBF in. So IBF title now. April the 22nd, 1984, Juan Ki-Yu from Korea wins on points over 15 rounds against Rod Sequinen from Philippines, in Seoul, Korea, for the vacant title. September the 16th, 1984, Juan Ki-Yu from Korea wins by KO against Sak Galaxy from Thailand in Pohang, Korea. Then February the 15th, 1985, Lester Ellis from Australia wins on points over 15 rounds against Juan Ki-Yu in Melbourne, Australia. Then April the 26th, 1985, Lester Ellis wins by KO in the 13th round against Rod Sequin from Philippines. That was in Melbourne, Australia. July the 12th, 1985, Barry Michael from Australia wins on points over 15 rounds against Lester Ellis in Melbourne, Australia. Then October the 18th, 1985, Barry Michael wins in the fourth round. Referee stops the fight against Jin Shik Choi from Korea in Darwin, Australia. Then May 23rd, 1986, Barry Michael wins in the fourth round. Referee stops the fight against Mark Hernandez from the US in Melbourne, Australia. Then August the 23rd, 1986, Barry Michael wins on points over 12 rounds against Najib Daho from England. I remember seeing that fight in Manchester, England. Then August the 9th, 1987, Rocky Lockridge wins by retirement in the 8th round against Barry Michael in Windsor, England. Then October the 25th, 1987, Rocky Lockridge wins in the 10th round. Referee stops the fight against Johnny De La Rosa from Dominican Republic in Tucson, Arizona. Then April the 2nd, 1988, Rocky Lockridge wins on points over 15 rounds against Harold the Shadow Knight from the US, Atlantic City, New Jersey. He worked with Lennox Lewis at one time. And then July 27th, 1988, Tony the Tiger Lopez wins on points over 12 rounds against Rocky Lockridge in Sacramento, California. Then October the 27th, 1988, Tony the Tiger Lopez wins on points over 12 rounds against John Molina from Puerto Rico in Sacramento, California. Then March the 5th, 1989, Tony Lopez wins on points over 12 rounds against Rocky Lockridge in Sacramento, California. Now, I remember seeing this fight, going to finish on that one. June the 18th, 1989, Tony Lopez wins the 8th rounds against Tyrone Jackson in the 8th round from the US in State Line. Remember seeing that fight. And then I finish on this one October the 7th, 1989. John LaMolina wins in the 10th round. Referee stops the fight against Tony Tiger Lopez in Sacramento, California. Going to finish on that one. It's the end of the third of the lightweight boxing title history. Bang.